Hey everyone, welcome back. We all know how tough it is to stay on top of everything happening these days.
Yeah, absolutely. The information overload is real.
So that's where we come in. Today we're going to take a deep dive into, a recent development in the gaming world. We're going to look at some interesting funding news.
Right. There was this article in FinTracker, it just came out on March 21st, and it talks about this gaming startup, Qila Games, and the funding they just secured.
And we're going to break that down for you,
Yeah.
figure out who they are, what they're doing, and, well, what this tells us about the bigger picture. So what do we know about this Kilo Games?
Okay, so Qila Games is pretty new, founded just last year, 2024, by two folks, Dhananjay Hari and Niraj Mishra. And their focus is interesting. It's this area called hybrid casual gaming.
Hybrid casual.
Yeah, it's basically like, you know how casual games are super easy to pick up and play?
Yeah, like those mobile games you see
Sure,
everywhere.
exactly. But then you've got mid-core games, which are a bit more, complex and strategic.
Right, right. More depth.
Well, hybrid casual kind of aims to bridge that gap.
Yeah.
So it's got the appeal of casual gaming, but with some of those deeper elements you find in mid-core games.
I see, like a best of both worlds kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so their first game, this Ludo Hero thing, is that a good example of that? It came out last month, right?
Yeah, February. And yeah, it's a pretty good example of their approach. I mean, everybody knows Ludo, right? It's a classic, but they've added some twists, like, strategic battles, conquests, even hero powers.
Interesting. Taking a classic and kind of giving it a modern spin makes sense for this hybrid casual idea. And clearly investors are buying into it.
Yeah, that they are. Qila Games just got $1 million in pre-seed funding.
$1 million. Not bad. Not bad at all. And who's backing them?
Well, the lead investor is Chimera VC. They're a pretty big name.
Ah, okay. I've heard of them. But it wasn't just Chimera, right? The article mentioned a bunch of others.
Yeah, there's Visceral Capital, Atrium Angels, Ventana Ventures. Oh, and 91 Ventures, and then Titled Ventures. And then on top of that, a few other angel investors.
Wow. So it's not just one big player, it's a whole bunch of different investors.
Yeah.
For a pre-seed round, that's pretty impressive.
It is. It shows a lot of confidence in what Qila Games is doing.
So they've got the money. What are they going to do with it?
Well, according to the article, they've got three main areas they're going to focus on. Firstly, they want to develop new IPs, intellectual properties, basically new game ideas.
So they're thinking beyond just Ludo Hero, huh?
Exactly. The second thing is expanding their current game portfolio, so more releases coming down the line. And thirdly, they want to beef up their technology and design side of things.
So investing in the infrastructure, making sure they can keep making good games.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Now, this Qila Games story, it's not happening in a vacuum, right? Like, what's the broader context here?
Right. This FinTrack article, it also talks about other recent investments in the Indian mobile gaming sector. And it's heating up, let me tell you.
Give me some examples.
Well, just last week, Felicity Games, they managed to raise $3 million in seed funding.
3 million. Wow. That's a lot more than Qila Games. Okay, so who are the big investors there?
That was led by Three More Capital. And back in February, Triple Tap Games got $1.2 million. Eximius Ventures and Kalari Capital led that round.
So we're seeing a pattern here, right? It's not just one-off investments. There's a lot of activity, a lot of money flowing into this Indian mobile gaming market. And that's where Qila Games fits in, huh?
Exactly. They're part of a larger trend. This hybrid casual model seems to be catching investors' eyes. It could be the next big thing in gaming.
So let me get this straight. We've got this startup, Qila Games. They're doing this hybrid casual thing. They've got some money. They've got big plans. And they're entering a market that's, well, frankly, on fire right now.
Pretty much. I think it raises a really interesting question.
Okay, listen.
With all this investment, all this focus on hybrid casual games, what kind of innovation are we going to see? What kind of new gameplay, new experiences are they going to come up with? And how is that going to affect, the more traditional game genres out there?
It's like, is this a whole new era of gaming or something?
Yeah.
Pretty fascinating stuff. And hey, hopefully this deep dive has given you all some food for thought.
I think so. It's definitely something to keep an eye on.
Absolutely. Until next time, stay informed and stay curious.